is a presentation of Main Street Media, your source for news, sports, and information on Main Street in Middle Tennessee.
Welcome in, everybody. So glad to be back. I'm Devin O'Day, and Justin's not with us today. He's working with Joe on one of their fabulous podcasts, and we'll tell you more about that tomorrow. He'll tell us what he's been up to. But we've got all sorts of things on the show today that I cannot wait to tell you. First of all, we're going to talk about an event taking place tonight at Nashville Palace to benefit someplace very special. It is something that I have been following for quite some time, and it is Project K9 Hero.
These K9 heroes spent their entire career protecting us, so we will spend the rest of ours protecting them. I'm Jason Johnson, founder of Project K9 Hero. Project K9 Hero is a national nonprofit organization dedicated to taking care of retired police K9 and military working dog heroes throughout the United States. What most people don't know is there are no funds available to help take care of these retired heroes once they get out of service. There's no program in place that helps pay for their medical bills, their food, or their end-of-duty services.
Due to the high intensity of their job, these canines experience wear and tear that normal pets do not. This can cause them to retire with complicated injuries or conditions.
Project K9 Hero is dedicated to making sure that no retired police K9 or retired military working dog ever goes without medical care just because no funds are available to them. We provide up to $3,000 a year in medical care, food, end-of-duty services to these heroes who have loyally and faithfully served our country.
This is K9 Axel. He's retired from ATF Special Response Team 1 out of Detroit, Michigan. Axel had over 200 high-risk missions across the U.S. in his 7-year career. Axel retired April 25th, 2017 due to medical conditions. He has pannus, megaesophagus, and severe dermatitis. He has medications, and they cost hundreds of dollars a month. There's no funds set aside to help cover those costs.
Project K9 Hero is dedicated to helping out these heroes by spreading awareness nationwide. We do this through public speaking, demonstrations, and reading our children's book, K9 Flash Becomes a Hero, to schools all across America.
There are hundreds of retired K9 heroes, just like Axel, who need help with medical assistance in retirement.
Project K9 Hero is asking for your support and donations to help fund the retirements of these deserving heroes. You can do so by visiting our website at www.projectk9hero.org or keeping up to date with us on our social media pages on Facebook and Instagram at Project K9 Hero. This is our way of giving back and saying thank you for protecting us, our communities, and our country.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Rob Mays here. I want to let you know I'm going to be playing at the Nashville Palace on January 25th in support of the Project K9 Hero first annual benefit concert. You can get your tickets at projectk9hero.org. And trust me, you're going to want to. It's going to be a great evening. This is an amazing charity. They support retired service dogs, military dogs, police dogs, and take care of them in an absolutely unbelievable way, no matter what they're dealing with, no matter what their ailments are. They got cancer, joint issues, whatever it is. Jason's taking care of them. So amazing charity organization, and it's gonna be a great night. Nashville, Tennessee, everybody. Nashville Palace, January 25th. Get your tickets. Darryl Worley, myself, William Michael Morgan. It's gonna be a good time, man. Come on by.
She could be married to a regular guy, someone who works 5 days a week from 9 to 5. How easy would her life have been? But no, she fell in love with him. She wrestles with their children day after day, and tries to make ends meet on military pay. They say he could be home by fall. She lives and breathes for his next call. Somewhere there's a wife that's crying for a husband, somewhere fighting for a cause he might be dying for. And all the things that she goes through never make the evening news. So I'm singing this for all of those unsung heroes. He left a good job, Fifth Avenue, so she could do what she felt she was called to do. And now she's halfway around the world. If you think he don't miss that girl, somewhere there's a husband crying for a wife, somewhere fighting for a cause she might be dying for. And all the things that he goes through never make the evening news. So I'm singing this for all of those unsung heroes. The mothers and fathers, the daughters and the sons, they fight the toughest battles without a gun. Somewhere tonight there's someone crying for a loved one, somewhere fighting for a cause they might be dying for. And all the things that they go through, they never make the evening news. So I'm singing this for all of those unsung heroes.
Oh, Elizabeth, I agree with you. I love Darryl Worley's voice as well. That's part of a collection that he released in 2021. And I encourage you to find everything Darryl Worley has and just download it, stream it, buy it, support what he does. If you have an artist that you love, support what they do. And that's how they can keep doing what they do. And he will be doing what he always does, and that is singing for free for a benefit tonight, and Project K9 Hero, Nashville Palace tonight. He, Rob Mays, William Michael Morgan, and a host of others. And Sarah Evans, I'm glad that you're going to be there. Glad that you guys are watching today. It is National Oatmeal Month. I went for my cardiology appointment and did the whole check of my heart just to make sure everything was right. You know, you get a little older and you say, you know what, I need to check things out. And he said, what do you do? And I said, what do you mean? What do I do? Well, he said, do you work out every day? I said, no, I work on a farm. I don't walk in circles. I don't run in circles. And he said, well, you have a heart like an 18-year-old. What do you do? And you know what I do? I eat oatmeal almost every day. It is National Oatmeal Month, and our friends at Quaker put together some neat recipes. I'm always looking for neat ways to get oats into my diet. My horses eat them, so I feel like they're healthy, so might as well make sure that it happens for me too. And I found a really neat recipe for ricotta and pear with cinnamon oatmeal from our friends at Quaker Oats. Thought I would share it with you in our 60-second kitchen.
Hi, I'm Sam Stevens, chef and owner of Oatmeals in New York City. I created my restaurant 7 years ago based on a simple idea: to explore all the delicious ways I could serve oatmeal for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. I think Quaker Oatmeal is the ideal canvas for creativity in the kitchen because it complements so many different flavors, spices, and textures. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make one of my signature recipes, ricotta and pear with cinnamon and spice. A delectable recipe that highlights the spices of the season, perfect for winter. Let's get started. First, start with half a cup of prepared Quaker old-fashioned oats. Next, add a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon and an 1/8 teaspoon of nutmeg to add a wintry warmth to your dish. Give it a nice stir and transfer to your serving dish. Top with sliced pears and 1 tablespoon of ricotta cheese. Then finish with a drizzle of honey for a touch of sweetness. Make this recipe your own by adding some walnuts or almonds for some texture and bite. I encourage you to explore your own creative ideas and make your own oatmeal masterpiece.
What is your favorite way to eat oatmeal? I like mine in a way that with sugar and salt. And actually, I don't use sugar anymore, but I use Tabasco infused honey from my friends in Louisiana, my beekeepers I met at the Tennessee Honey Festival. And it's a little hot, a little spicy and sweet at the same time. Yum. Put a little salt in there with butter. And then I use evaporated milk. Okay, it's very Irish. It's a way to do it. And Elizabeth says she likes overnight oatmeal, her favorite breakfast. Sometimes I add a big spoon of peanut butter in mine too, because it adds a little protein to it and all good stuff. Well, if you've been to the grocery stores lately, especially we've had the perfect storm for food shortages to happen in our grocery stores. I don't know about you, but with the trucking, it's hard to get people to work in the trucking industry. We've had winter storms, and that's played a part of it as far as what's on our grocery store shelves. Just the supply chain in general with COVID-19, that affects it as well. But I thought this was an important thing. Bloomberg did a really neat survey of what's happening all across our country right now. Well, thank you to Bloomberg for that. They were able to share that news with you. Now, before you get all panicky and start thinking, I'm going to have to become a prepper, let's talk about how we can take better care of the food we have. I do want to point out that our local independent grocers are really doing a great job. I know that Cash Saver in Lebanon, Chapel's Foods over in Dixon, they're working triple and doubly hard, and they're utilizing some of the local producers of food. And that's what's really important, to give you not only the supply that you need, but they're really trying to keep their prices down, which is really tough to do right now. But what we're going to do in the coming weeks is how to, a lot of people don't realize that you can do things to help your food last longer. Fresh produce is always cheapest if you go to the farmers markets, or if you get fresh produce that's on sale, even if it's right there toward the end where you go, okay, we got to do something to protect it. Well, how do you take fruit like strawberries and berries? They're just like gold right now, but how do you keep them and how do you make them last a little bit longer? I found a really neat video that kind of shows you a little bit about how to freeze fruit, especially if you're going to use it for smoothies like strawberries and bananas. How do you freeze it to keep it last longer? Take a look.
Hi there, and welcome to my kitchen. It's Sam Lewis, the Klutzy Cook here, and today I'm doing a very quick video for you on how to freeze fruit, which you might think is really basic, but trust me, there is a right way and there is definitely a wrong way. Okay, so how to freeze fruit the right way. Before I get started, I want to show you the wrong way. And the wrong way is when you take your banana, your avocado, as in this case, your berries or whatever, and just throw them into a container. You end up with a brick. They all stick together, they get iced over, and I can't even break this apart. Oh, I can now, it's softened a bit, but generally it's very, very difficult to get your pieces separated and to be able to use them in smoothies, baking, or whatever you want. So, don't do that. Don't just throw them into a container. What you want to do is get your banana, berries, or whatever, and cut them into the individual pieces. Then pop them onto a baking tray lined with some paper, and essentially you're individually freezing the pieces this way, just like they do for peas and beans and all those sorts of things. They individually freeze them before they bag them up, because otherwise you end up with a brick. So there you go. So what you do is you just do that with how many trays you need for whatever you've got, and get them into the freezer, and then you have individual pieces that you can then put into a container or bag up. And if your bananas start to go a bit brown like this, just straight away do this, and that way you don't have to fret about them wasting or using them in the baking. Do this, then you've got them for when you're ready to use them in baking. Smoothies, I use them a lot in smoothies. Ice cream, I now just individually churn the pieces up and I've got ice cream. And instead of using ice in your smoothies, you have nice little ice bits of fruit that add to the coolness. Now once they're done, about 4 hours, you should have hard pieces, but keep an eye on it. You don't want to leave them for 24 hours because then they'll start to go yucky. You want to get them off the tray and into a container, and this is what you get. You now have individual pieces that you can pick out and use as you need, as little or as many as you want for your smoothies, your baking, or whatever. Much easier. So that's the right way, and this is definitely the wrong way.
I thought that was really neat because I've been doing a lot of food prep myself, and I eat freezer bags, and I get mine at Dollar Tree. I just tell you, they're inexpensive and they're a great way. And I freeze them where the bags are flat. We used to have a big deep freeze when I grew up, and sometimes we'd put, things in the freezer bags and they'd be just little balls of frozen vegetables and fruit. Now I do them where they all lay flat, and I can stack them and I can kind of organize them in my deep freeze. And I invested in a separate deep freeze, a chest freezer this year. I found it on Facebook Marketplace, got a great deal on it. Somebody was moving up and getting a bigger one, so I got a small one, and now I realize I need more. So, we're going to be doing some really neat ways to save and preserve and never throw away a glass jar. Tomorrow we'll be telling you how to use those glass jars and reuse them so we can keep things good longer. It's New Stuff Tuesday. And did you know that there is a new product at McDonald's? First of all, they released that they're getting a new McPlant, which is their new plant-based burger. I have not tried that, but I will say that their new limited edition blueberry cream pie is a brand new addition. And we do have a review, and I thought this guy was hilarious. His name is Darryl, and he was precious.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Darryl. Welcome back to my channel. Come on, ride with me. Come ride with me. Man, what's going on this good Sunday? Man, I'm good. My Cowboys playing today, so hey, we're going to take care of these 49ers, and that's what it is. So, to show love to my blue team that's playing today, I had to stop by McDonald's right quick and got their blueberry cream cheese pie. I heard it was real good, for sure. So, man, I didn't want to put too much on my stomach today because, you know, I got to get my grub on for the game. Damn, here it is right there. Okay. I ain't going to keep y'all long. Look at this bad boy, full of blueberries. Okay, I'm feeling that. Got that cream cheese in it, that blueberry. You know, I love blueberry muffins. So to top it all off, representing that blue team today, I got that blue, fake old blue raspberry. Oh yeah. Go on, pour that boy out. I ain't put a cup of ice today. I'm just gonna pour it on top of my Yeti. Gonna ride to the country right quick and pick up my grandbaby, so we can watch the game, me, him, and Junior. I don't know, when them boys get together, they be, boy, they tear the house up, I tell you. All right. Man. Fago, you never let me down, that blue raspberry. I'm telling you, man. But this your boy, Darryl. That like, share, subscribe. I'll be back with another video for you guys. And, man, like I said, it's all, go Cowboys. Hey, I'm out. Peace.
Is he not cute? Is he adorable or what? But just want to tell you, there is something new at McDonald's, and you can tell me whether you like the new blueberry cream pie. What is the deal with cream cheese? Can I ask you that? Why is it that nowhere it's the big cream cheese shortage of 2022? Were y'all not eating cream cheese before? Did y'all just is there like some new cream cheese diet that I have not heard about? And like, can you like lose weight on cream cheese? I don't know, but you cannot find cream cheese anywhere. So you can find it in the blueberry pie at McDonald's, and that's brand new for New Stuff Tuesday. Well, I wanted to ask you if you are familiar with chest pain and when should you call a doctor? Well, next month is Heart Month, and we're going to be kicking things off with the Heart Association Rutherford County. On February 4th, there'll be a guest on our show with a big gala they're going to be talking about, and we're going to be talking throughout the month. But I thought that it's very important. A lot of people have issues after COVID with their hearts. And it's very important that you know that it is a clotting virus. And so there's some issues to pay attention to. So if you have chest pain, when is it that you should call the doctor?
So what the guidelines suggest is for people who are at risk for a heart attack, don't worry about them making fun of you in the emergency room or saying you're wasting our time. Get to the emergency room and let an experienced medical team tell you whether your chest pain is related to heart disease or not. Again, it has to be taken into context. People under 40 years of age, except under very unusual circumstances, are unlikely to be having heart disease, but that's not 100% sure. But for men, especially over 40, and for women over 50, in general terms, if you develop chest discomfort and it doesn't go away within a couple of minutes of you resting, it's important to get to the emergency room and let an experienced team evaluate you. The problem is not enough people go to the emergency room to have their chest pain evaluated.
I think that's really important. And this may not be for you, but it may be somebody that you know. If you love someone and you've spent some time with them, you know when there's an issue. If they walk around and it's indigestion. Some of those things are not just indigestion. So just pay attention. Heart.org has a lot of great information to know the warning signs about your heart. We all know about all the other things to look out for. But I think that the number one issue in America that we have to deal with is our hearts. So heart.org to find out more information, getting us prepared for Heart Month starting in February. Riley Webb is a grand champion roper. My friends from Durango sent me this, and I thought I would share it with you. His story. How does a kid become a champion roper? The National Finals Rodeo was just huge this year, and RFD TV covered it. But I want to tell you, this kid, Riley Webb, he rides for the Durango team, and I thought I would share his story with you.
My mom and dad put on, calf ropings and rodeos, and I was just always around it, and I was, born into roping and the lifestyle of, rodeo. I always had a rope in my hand, 24/7, so I think that's what helped me a lot, like handling my rope and, roping the dummy, roping goats, roping calves, whatever I could rope. I've just been, blessed with the God-given talent to be able to do it. I just picked up on it, and I always wanted to do it since I was a little kid. It's a very humbling sport. Some days you can be the best, and some days you can be at the very, very lows. You just got to take one day at a time and do the best you can.
A big shout out to my friend Erin DeLong from Durango, who has some really cool things that are coming up in 2022. We're going to talk to her in a couple of weeks because they have a new sole on a lot of the Durango boots that I just love. It's like almost like the sole of a tennis shoe, but it's a boot and it's fabulous looking. But more importantly, it's hard working and it's really comfortable. So New Stuff Tuesday, talking about the new lines of great soled boots at Durango. We're going to close our show with some great music. Now, we're in Nashville, so we have a lot of country music and we have a lot of rock music, but very seldom do we talk about global music. And I found this guy on Instagram. His name is Sheykar Ravjiani. Sheykar Ravjiani. And I may be saying that incorrectly, but I'm going to tell you his new single is beautiful. I don't know what he's singing about, but it's sexy and the harmonies are amazing. He's really different. So I love to turn people on to some really interesting, different music, and we can here at Main Street today. But I'll check back in with you and let me see what you think. Put your comments and let me know what you think of Sheykar Ravjiani, brand new single that just came out.
मोरा तोरे संग लगा रे जिया कैसा तोरा रंग लगा रे पिया लगा रे रंग लगा रे पिया गिन 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 तारे अब रात कटते हैं सखियां सहेली अब बात करते हैं कैसा तूने जादू डाला प्रीत कर बैठी पिया मोरा तोरे संग लगा रे जिया कैसा तोरा रंग लगा रे पिया लगा रे रंग लगा रे पिया तरल बाहें जो धीमे धीमे थामी थी उसकी तुमने जल बैठी थी चिंगारी कोई चुप चुप के इस दिल में अब आस पास कोई और साथ ना देख सकूं मैं तुम्हारे तुरे नैना बस मोहे निहारे ये आस धरूं मन में रंग रंग मोरा तोरा कर दिया कैसा थोड़ा रंग लगा रे पिया लगा रे रंग लगा रे पिया लागे जिया तोरे संग लागे रे जिया लागे जिया तोरे संग लागे रे जिया
Is that not fabulous? It is so beautiful. I loved his voice. It's a whole different sound, but see, Helen, his voice is smooth, not harsh. You're right. Very sexy. I know. I wish I knew what he was saying. I don't think we even need to know. And honestly, does that really need a translation? I don't think so. It's just like, yes, the girls in video are cute too. Thanks for sharing. Oh, Helen, thank you for joining us today. Thank you all for joining us. And wherever you're watching, click subscribe, whether you're on YouTube. If you're on YouTube watching our YouTube channel, make sure you click subscribe and click the bell. Main Street Today is part of Main Street Media of Tennessee. We have 14 newspapers. That I love it because it's hard to cut out. If your grandkid is in the newspaper, you can actually cut it out and put the picture on your refrigerator or in a scrapbook. I love newspapers. And if you want an affordable way to get the word out about your business, if you've got ad dollars to spend, whether it's across the nation or here locally at home, we encourage you to join us and what we do here at Main Street Today. Get in touch with my friend Mona Bagsby, mbagsby at mainstreetmediatn.com, or you can just reach out to me here and I'll get you to the person you need to see. Main Street Today. We're so glad you were with us. Be safe, everybody. Be kind. And remember that you are loved. And have a great rest of your day.
Nothing like the sunrise with your coffee in the morning, or taking a good book off the shelf. Another thing I love the most than being on my own is together with everybody else. Together, like it's silent Sunday service. Together, on my front porch with my friends. Together with who's ever there, standing next to me. Yeah, together is my favorite place to be.